What is up, everybody? Thanks for checking out Hunt Shoot Live. Why am I standing so absurdly far away from the camera right now? Because if I stand any closer, you can't see the whole gun that I'm holding. The thumbnail on this video was not clickbait. This is the Marlin Model 120 MXR Magnum. This is a 12 gauge that will shoot a 2 3/4 inch or a 3 inch. Now this is not a new gun at all. This is an old gun, but I got my hands on it, got to shoot it. I did a short on it that's been pretty popular. This thing has a 40-inch barrel. I'm 6 feet tall. Comes up to my chin. Crazy. Now we're going to shoot this thing. I'm going to pattern this thing. It's got a full choke on it. I'm going to talk all about the history, or at least what history I could find on this bad boy. But first, oh, what's up, man? What do you got there? What's up, dude? Yeah, this is my H&R 28-inch 12 gauge. Oh, this is the Marlin Model 120. It's got a 40-inch barrel. Obviously, much more sufficient than what you've got there. Come on, bro. You know it's not the length that matters. It's the diameter that makes all the difference. I'll give you that. Come on, man. So anyway, got that out of the way. In all seriousness, let's get the tape measure out, slap it on this massive beast, and see how long we are. It's not going to get old. So I measured this already the other night and noticed that it actually does not come out to 40. It comes to 39 1/8 of an inch. 39 1/8 of an inch. And you see I am hooked on the end of the barrel there. Now they made the Model 120 MXR in 2 different barrel sizes, and I couldn't get any kind of numbers on specifically how many 40s or 39 1/8 that there were made and how many 38 inchers that there were made. But during that particular 2-year run, 1974, 1975, they made less than 7,000 of some combination of 38 inchers and 39 inchers. So this one, of course, you can see, you know, there's not been anything done, nothing, no kind of custom jobs or anything to this. It is legitimately a 40-inch or a 39 1/8 inch 12 gauge shotgun. Now, you know, they didn't catch on. That's why they only lasted for 2 years. But it sure does make for an awesome piece of novelty. And I want to shoot it today. I want to see how accurate it is. And I can't wait to pattern it. Before we do that, let me give you the full lowdown on the 120 series. So Marlin made the 120 series from 1971 up until 1986. And they had multiple models within that. So the 120 wasn't just the MXR Magnum. They had the trap gun. They had, of course, the MXR Magnum in the 2 versions, the 40-inch and the 38-inch barrel. They had a slug gun. They had a field grade model. And they had a deluxe model. Now, the 38 and the 40-inch of those, which is the MXR that we're going to be reviewing today, was only made 2 years during that period, 1974 and 1975. And basically it just didn't catch on. They advertised it as a goose hunting gun. It could be used with other barrels. A lot of times I noticed online people were finding them that they had other barrels on them that were kind of worn out, but then the 40-inch barrel or the 38-inch barrel was in better condition. The gun did have a good reputation of being well made and reliable and durable, but it just, I mean, it is a little absurd, right? A 40-inch barrel. There's only one other company that I could find that had something similar. Mossberg back in 1987. They made a 38-inch barrel shotgun. 36 inches is pretty long, and really anything longer than that just doesn't do much. So it's not how long it is. It's do you know how to shoot it, of course. So a little bit specifically about the MXR Magnum. So as I mentioned already, this is a full choked 40-inch barreled version. They made 6,984 of these in the mix of the 38-inch or the 40-inch. And they sold at the time for about $160. they're actually not going for very much more than that now, from what I could find online. I was finding prices between $350 to $550 or something like that. They're just not popular unless you're unless you're into this super, like, you can't even really put it in your gun safe. You gotta have a special, you know, it's just not convenient at all. Overall length of this is right at 60 inches. It's got standard crossbolt safety, really nice walnut stock, and a blued finish. You got a 14-inch length of pull. So everything on it is fairly standard except for the absurdly long barrel on this thing. They advertised it as reaching out for the long ones, and it shoots quieter and it balances surprisingly well. Honestly, it does balance surprisingly well. It's really not, it's a super lightweight barrel. Apparently I didn't get a weight on the gun. I'm sorry I don't have that, but I mean, it really doesn't. I'm going to assume it's really close right in there with my other pumps, old Model 12 or anything comparable. It's definitely not terrible. Not what you would think it would be anyway. Now, will it reach out for the long ones? We're going to find out right now. I'm going to run some ammo through this. We're going to shoot some stuff, and then we are going to do a group test with several different loads that I've got. I'm not taking the plug out of it, but that was just 2 3/4, so it holds 3 plus 1 of the 2 3/4. I'm going to put it on paper now. Now, my old Model 12 Winchester, I've killed turkeys out to, with a 2 3/4 inch turkey load, I've killed turkeys out to 50 yards with that thing. So this bad boy right here with the 3-inch Magnum turkey load, surely to goodness it's going to do something at 50 yards. So I'm just going to start at 50. We'll slide in if we have to. We'll slide out if we have to. So I've had to slide way back here to get 50. You'll see that my target is right there. I'm going to zoom in on it. So I'm setting up right here, got myself a rest, and I'm just going to aim center mass on that target, but I will zoom in on the target so you guys can see what's happening. I will be shooting this 3-inch nitro turkey. This is actually a number 5 shot. Okay, here we go. 50 yards with the nitro turkey. Oh yeah, gosh almighty. You know, well, let's just assume this is the turkey's head and neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, at least 18. 50 yards. I've had to relocate to get 60, but we are set up here at 60 yards. So I'm gonna do the same thing, shoot off my shooting rest, and I'll zoom in for you guys directly on the target. 60 yards, I've got that nitro, that 3-inch nitro turkey, number 5 shot again this time. Yeah, boy. So we fell off pretty bad there at 60. Looks like there's only 4 in what would be the neck area and kind of on the sides of it. Definitely not a shot I would want to take. So really, you know, we've got about as many pellets on the whole target as what we had in the head and neck section a minute ago, just going from 50 to 60. Getting back to my previous location, so we're at 50 yards here. Target's still in the same spot right there. I've got a 2 3/4 turkey, Magnum turkey shot, number 6 shot. This is similar to what I said in my Model 12 that I have killed at 50 yards before. So here we are at 50 yards with this. Let's see what we can do. I'll zoom in for you guys onto the target. So technically, it might have killed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, 2 in the head, 2 in the neck, but definitely not impressive. I would not do that. Got some 2 3/4 inch double alt buckshot. Let's put some on paper there. I'm going to shoot the same target I just shot. I'm at about 20 yards here. I'll zoom in on the target for you guys. Now I'm going to smack an 8-inch steel target right here with this buckshot. So, what do I think of the Marlin 120 MXR Magnum? I think the same thing that it seemed like everybody else thought. It looks cool, but not enough to justify really wanting it for anything. And it didn't really seem to make a difference for reaching out for the long shots. It actually performed as good with a 3-inch Magnum as my old Winchester Model 50 does with a 2 3/4 inch Magnum. So, you know, could you fine-tune this thing, getting nitpicky with all kinds of trying 100 different loads? Yeah, you might could do better, but I mean, that was pretty, you know, there should have been something better than what we just saw. It's a 12-gauge shotgun. It just has a 40-inch barrel. Could you imagine, you know, even in a duck blind with this thing, it's almost as long as you are. If you're 6 freaking feet tall, you know, it's going to be really hard to wield. Turkey hunting, it would be ridiculous. You know, for turkey hunting, it's definitely much more ideal to have something that's short and compact. Skeet or trap, I mean, it's just not going to be a convenient option. It's just not practical. You know, that's why they only made them for 2 years. That's why they didn't make many of them. They didn't sell many of them. And that's why the demand has never been there. It's just not something that really does anything special. It looks special, it looks wild, but that's about it. It's novelty. So, I mean, that's a collector's item. If you want the novelty of it and how absurd it is and how unusual, it's definitely all of those things. So maybe, you know, try to pick you up one. It was cool. It's cool to shoot a little bit, and it's just no different than my other 12 gauges, and it's no better. It's just absurdly long. So, Marlin, I guess that's why you decided a long time ago that you were going to do something a little different, and the MXR went away. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today. I know I sure did. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out all of our playlists. Got tons of gun reviews, got hunts, got all kinds of stuff on the channel. Appreciate you. God bless you. We'll catch you next time.